night as Davis goes to the tip. She is just 3 points away from becoming the second women's basketball player in Temple history to reach 2,000 points. So something to watch here in the early going for Davis as Northwestern wins the tap and Veronica Burton brings it up for the Wildcats. Burton coming off her worst offensive game of the season. Scored just 9 points against Milwaukee on 2 of 12 shooting from the field. Here she kicks to Walsh, open three won't go. McWilliams runs down the offensive rebound and can't spin it home. Here's Gordine to bring it up for the Owls. The freshman has stepped into a bigger and bigger role as this season has progressed. Here she gets it to Perea, who's quickly doubled. Comes free for Davis, she walked with it.
Temple got the first look at that Blizzard D. You saw that Northwestern trapped in the corner. It's going to be essential for them to move the ball north and south if they want to score against this Northwestern D.
Got bogged down that time, and Northwestern made them pay as Shaw collects up top. Here's Burton, and it's going to be a moving screen on Shaw to the left. I think Shaw thought that Burton had cleared, and she wanted to go in and post, and just ended up sort of running through the defender there. A tough mistake early in the early going, an early foul on Northwestern center Courtney Shaw. High-low pass from Perea. Davis trying to get going, and good defense by Walsh.
Great block out by Veronica Burton. She's the second leading rebounder on this Northwestern team.
And McWilliams fights up a wild shot that won't go. Even in those offensive struggles on Tuesday against Milwaukee, when she had her first single-digit scoring output of the season, and here wins it back and is fouled underneath before the shot on the tricky inbounds.
You're right, Noah. Like you said, Veronica Burton, such a great point guard. That's what they do, great point guards do, is they contribute in different ways. And she has that next man up mentality like she was talking about in the post-game interview.
Turnover there by Gordine after Burton missed a three. She was 0 for 6 from beyond the arc last game was Burton. Had been shooting 42% from three up till that point. But she missed that time. Gordine turned it right back over. Still looking for our first points, about 90 seconds in here. Around the horn set. Now Shaw at the top, looking for Walsh underneath, battling with Perea. Instead, the Wildcats continue to work it around the perimeter. Jillian Brown has returned for this game for Northwestern. We expect her in off the bench soon as Daly pulls up for a long two. And Burton's there on the offensive glass, and the reverse layup goes to the first points of the day. And Burton getting going early on the offensive glass as Davis against Burton. Now Perea making her first start. Counted in the foul. Burton caught reaching into the cookie jar there, and Perea made her pay.
The game, she's definitely going to have to be a little careful not to get that second.
And Perea left a little early there. She was looking to get her own rebound. She knew she missed it short and got a little over-aggressive trying to go for the board. As we see some instructions called out from the sideline from 14th year head coach Tanya Cardoza on that Owl side. Temple on a 5-year tournament drought that they're trying to end this season. As Daly drives hard, fights up a floater, misses wildly. And now running in transition is Clinton. She can't hit, and it's another early board for Burton. Look at the silky behind-the-back dribble. Burton smooth into the front court. Looking for that trailing three for Walsh. Instead, it's McWilliams driving hard and earning the contact. As here comes her third game in the starting lineup as Northwestern has been down a couple of backcourt players due to injury and illness. McWilliams makes the first. Sophomore guard out of Indianapolis. Jasmine McWilliams cannot go 2 for 2. And Burton looking for that steal in the backcourt. Instead, Clinton finds Gordine up ahead, and she can't hit. Gets her own miss. Davis underneath, and there's the first bucket. Just 1 point away, and that's what Mia Davis does so well, banging down underneath.
Davis just 1 point away from her career 2,000 point. What an accomplishment.
And that's how she's gotten so many of them, just working down on the glass. As Burton drives hard, can't finish. The finishing has been a problem for Northwestern. As here comes Temple in transition, and another layup missed on the other end.
Love to see the aggressiveness by this Northwestern offense of getting to the rim.
Something Northwestern struggled with last game against Milwaukee. They would get to the rim, but wouldn't get very high percentage looks there, resulting in them going 3 of 15 on shots classified as layups in that game. Not what you want. Walsh face up 3, and Shaw's there on the offensive glass. Got grabbed from behind. They're going to call it a jump ball, and it's going to go to Temple.
And it's really not talked about enough, but I think she is almost the perfect player for that 6-man role.
And in this similar role over the last 2 games, Hartman averaged 9.5 points, 6.5 rebounds, and a couple of assists. Put together some very good minutes off the bench for this Northwestern team. Here's Jasha Clinton setting it up top. Member of the All-AAC freshman team last year. Here's Davis, and blocked by Walsh.
Smart move by Walsh to not get called for the foul there.
Hartman running in transition. Another missed layup for the Cats. Another offensive board from Burton. After we saw a nice contest by Walsh, Wildcats trying to make something of it on the other end. And Walsh gets it back on the interior, and she'll go to the stripe. Foul on Perea.
Inside for her in that post-up.
So Tiara East comes in to replace her fellow freshman as Walsh drains the first free throw in that Temple backcourt. Wildcats tie it back up at 4 here in the early going. Veronica Burton, 5 rebounds in the first 4 minutes and 14 seconds of this game, as Walsh also 1 for 2 from the stripe. It's been an issue for Northwestern. Burton is the best free throw shooter in the Big Ten and has the most free throw makes in the country. Everybody besides her is a combined below 60% from the free throw line for the Wildcats. Northwestern jumping passing lanes. Daly nearly took it away from Mayo that time, and the entry pass way too high for Perea. Davis turns it over. Hartman transition 3, no good. And Davis battles for the board. Now Clinton wants to run. East past Burton. Davis thought about it. Clinton calls out a play. Kick out. 3 on the way from Mayo. Foul underneath, and they're going to count that basket. This is a Temple team that does not shoot the 3-ball very well. Mayo came in just 23% from beyond the arc, but she hits a big one there as Clinton calls out, looks like the same play she just called. Well, worked last time. Perea catches at the opposite elbow here. And Clinton has to create against Daly. And was looking for that foul call, not gonna get it, and that'll be a shot clock violation. Great defense from Melanie Daly at the top. And that'll take us to the under 5 media timeout there as Lauren Satterwhite and Paige Mott enter the game. They join Veronica Burton, Kaylee Walsh as the 2 remaining starters, and Leah Hartman still in off the bench. Mott at the top, and now Walsh had a 3, she didn't want it. Burton working against Clinton, got the screen from Walsh. Kick, Hartman triple, that's good. Leah Hartman starting to feel it from 3, and the Cats tie it back up. That is really the revelation that Hartman has provided to this team. Limited sample size, but she's now 5 of 11 beyond the arc. That's what Northwestern needs.
I love the energy that she brings to the offense, but also on the defensive side. As
there you go. Hartman jumped in the passing lane. Oh, and then took a hard fall on top of the ball. Satterwhite somehow kept it alive. Luckily, Hartman okay. That did not look comfortable. But she gets the steal and had some space in the corner. Great pass over the top for Walsh. And she can't finish. Wow. Total gimme for Kaylee Walsh. And this continues to be a problem for Northwestern, finishing around the rim. 1 for 6 now on layups in this game.
You can see Hartman. She's always on her toes, ready to shoot that gap in defense. That's how she got a tip in the last one.
Wildcats defending well here, forcing East out beyond. Perea's got to get it up. She walked into the shot and airballed it anyways. Wouldn't have mattered. Not a travel that's always called, but it is a travel. Burton probing against Davis. Got the switch. Mott free underneath, and she can't finish. The passing has been there for Northwestern. It's the shot making that has been lacking so far.
Just seems like the post players need to take a breath. You know, I feel like they think that they're so open,
And here it is, Davis. There it is, 2,000 points for Mia Davis, and she gets it on an and one underneath. Mia Davis becomes the second player in Temple women's basketball history to cross that 2,000-point threshold. In her 5th year with this Owls program, one of the best players in Temple history, she has achieved that landmark. Reached 1,000 rebounds earlier this season, and she becomes the first player in 37 years for Temple to hit that 2,000-point mark, and she finishes the three-point play at the stripe. What a way to do it for Mia Davis.
What an accomplishment by Mia Davis.
I mean, it's something to be said for just 2,000 points. It's just so many points, Bailey. We saw for Northwestern, on Northwestern's end, Lindsey Pulliam did it last year in the NCAA tournament. She got to 2,000. It just takes a certain special kind of scorer to reach that mark.
And especially with that 1,000 rebounds as well. She really is getting it done. Just a great all-around player.
Satterwhite can't hit the late shot clock jumper. And buoyed by that three-point play, Temple now feels like they have some momentum. And Satterwhite going to be called for a block here at half court. And yeah, it looks like the scoreboard is wrong here, as the first free throw no good for the freshman Anaya Gordine. This is the first time we've seen Jillian Brown for Northwestern in 3 games. She missed the last 2. We were told a non-COVID illness in that first game, and then she was on the bench against Milwaukee, but in street clothes. Temple now out to a 4-point lead here after that 1-for-2 trip. Northwestern into that double screen set that they really like. But Gordine read the scouting report. She knows that Burton loves to cross against that screen. Reject it. And so now Northwestern forced into another late shot clock situation. Burton looking for a screen, goes the other way. Kick to Mott, she's gonna have to create. Left-handed runner goes. Paige Mott looking like a point forward out there. What a shot.
Really like how Northwestern is driving into that middle area. I think it just creates so much more options for them. And a great look by Paige Mott to use that left hand and get the finish.
Williamson can't hit on the other end. Nice rebound by Brown underneath. Jillian Brown trying to knock off some rust here. Gives to Burton, has space against the screen. Kick to Mott for another 2. And she gets it. Back-to-back buckets for Paige Mott. It was not going to be a long rest for Mia Davis. She's right back to the table for Temple as she has come out. Northwestern scored 4 quick points. Owls trying to create with Williamson at the top and now East on the left wing. Gordine driving hard, floats it up with the right hand, no good. Shaw had it come off of her, couldn't win that rebound. Davis trying for that high-low pass. Great read by Mott, but Brown.
Pass over the defense, especially down low to their posts. Great job by Northwestern, staying active and able to get the steal.
Run out for Burton. Wild shot wouldn't go. Shaw's there on the offensive glass, and that is what Courtney Shaw does best.
I just love how Courtney Shaw's always a rebound-first mentality. That's where she thrives, especially on the boards.
And how many post players are going to be able to run down that quickly in a transition opportunity to grab that rebound?
She's so explosive. She's so athletic.
And that motor just never stops. Jalen Holmes was dribbling at the top. Now Clinton, wild floater won't go. Mott and Shaw collide, and that'll do it for the first quarter.
Getting them in their action.
And such a unique roster construction with 5 grad students to go along with those 9 younger players. And we've seen a great mix of young and old playing so far in this game. Is Clinton there checking Burton. And now Brown driving on her fellow freshman and had to adjust because Mia Davis was right there to take the charge. Great defense by both Gordine and Davis to force the miss. Here comes Temple the other way. So impressive, Mia Davis, 5th-year player, still so willing to give her body up for the team. A consummate team player. Not about the individual accolades for her, even though she just got one of the biggest ones you can get. And here's another player who's very happy to take a charge. Courtney Shaw steps in the middle of the floor and takes an offensive foul of her own. Great job by Shaw as Mayo was out of control, and the Wildcats force another turnover. That's 7 now in the early going for Temple.
Northwestern, one of the best defensive teams in the Big Ten in forcing turnovers at 19.4. So well on their way with 7.
Yeah, certainly. Burton stays cold from beyond the arc. She's missed her last 8 now in the last 2 games. Free in the corner, Clinton a 3, and that's no good off the front iron. Nobody there for the rebound except Gordine, and the floater goes. Nice shot by Anaya Gordine to tie this game back up at 13.
Long rebound that we just saw. Courtney Shaw was on the ground. Northwestern has to find that grit and that grind that Courtney Shaw has in terms of rebounding and her mentality of rebound first.
The field, the offensive struggles continue so far, but Daly free on the inbound, and she cans the 6-footer. That was a great action there for Northwestern. Melanie Daly gets her first bucket.
See Melanie Daly adding pressure to Gordine, bringing up the ball.
And there's some more pressure on the other side for Northwestern. Mott forcing the turnover. Burton in transition finds Shaw, who finishes. That's where Northwestern wants to be.
Great hustle by Courtney Shaw. And again, Veronica Burton, her court vision.
Just so good in that fast break situation. This Temple trying to figure it out offensively. Davis free in the corner, long 2, and that goes. Not usually a strength for Mia Davis stepping outside, but she nails the jumper there. She's up to 7 points to go along with 5 boards to lead Temple in both categories. 4-point lead for Northwestern. Hartman running off of that baseline screen. Mott trying to find Shaw and underthrew it a little bit, but Davis is going to get the foul. For Temple here, we're going to keep an eye on that for you. As Northwestern inbounds, again Daly gets free. This time off the side of the backboard. Gordine returning to the bench now, or the bench area at least, as Clinton takes it up.
Trying to run that X set.
They've had success out of this, gotten a couple open looks out of it. Here they have to have Perea come to the top though. Deep shot clock, great pass over the top, and finishing on the back end is Kyra Wood. What a find from Jasha Clinton for her 4th assist.
That's something that they like to do. They like to look for their post and that overpass.
Shaw takes it hard and earns the foul. Shaw cans the first. Over her last 2 games, Courtney Shaw very quietly looking much stronger from the free throw line. She's shot above 75% or higher in each of her last 2 games from the line. But here she goes 1 for 2. Northwestern another 1 for 2 trip. They're now 3 for 6 at the stripe overall. Mott calling out switches. She's going to have to recover down low and blocks the shot. Wow, Paige Mott really active on the defensive end there and rejected Tierra East.
That's a tough matchup going up against Shaw and Mott. 2 very athletic posts on this Northwestern team.
The first 30 minutes, so this is a little bit earlier than that for her to take a break, and a foul called underneath on the inbounds action here. They're going to get Shaw. That's her 2nd. As Perea was clean through to the middle. Shaw tried to take it away, but you can see that left hand was a little bit outstretched at the very start. Chance for Perea at the free throw line. She can't hit. Making her first start of the season, as we mentioned earlier. The true sophomore, Karana Perea, had averaged just 13.5 minutes per game coming into this one. She goes 1 for 2 at the stripe, as we're going to see Mercy Ademusayo moving screen against the first year. Ademusayo didn't get set. The player who is averaging over 10 fouls per 40 minutes picks up 1 in her first 15 seconds on the court.
It's really important because the refs are looking for this. They have to get set in that position to set a screen. Sometimes it can be a little hard because you're going so fast and can't quite get your feet set.
Especially for a younger player who's maybe not used to that level of scrutiny on her screen setting. Clinton driving, past Daly. Over Ademusayo, couldn't get it to go. She altered that shot, to be sure. And Rainey gonna try to run out on the other end. Daly down the lane, and she can't hit. Ademusayo initially had the board, knocked out off tempo. They've run this play for Daly a couple times. This time it doesn't free up quite as easily. She's the main scorer on the court right now, although Paige Mott does have 4 points in the early going for Northwestern. Where will the offense come from with Veronica Burton out? Hartman contested three. That goes! Leah Hartman is scorching from the outside, and she's got her second three of the game.
You can see Northwestern running that high ball screen, and that other wing comes up. Yeah. Great recognition by Hartman to, you know, the clock was winding down, the shot clock was winding down. She knew what her team needed, and she hit that three.
Clinton tries to answer and does. And you know what I saw there, Bailey, on the Northwestern side of things, before Clinton hit a big three on the other end, just her 12th of the year on 42 attempts. That looked a lot like a play Northwestern ran for Abby Scheid a couple of years ago. Running that opposite wing up after the ball screen action. Entry towards Ademusayo, gets the catch and gets the foul. Players have at least 3 minutes. None of them have more than 13 as Ademusayo hits the first free throw. First point of the game for her. Can she avoid being the fourth Northwestern player to go 1 for 2 at the stripe? She cannot. And the trend continues. 1 point lead for the Cats. Clinton starting to take charge of the offense now. Just 1 for 6 from the field. And she does have 4 assists to go along with her 3 points. Especially with Davis out of the game. She's the key for this Temple squad. Holmes at the top, and not looking for the pass was Wood. Easy steal for Ademusayo. Pass ahead for Hartman, and she gets the bucket on the other end. Great alertness by Daly to find her. And Hartman starting to get going. She leads all scorers with 8.
Really like how Northwestern is trying to push the ball, and their guards see that another guard is in front of them. They're passing it up to them to maximize their transition points.
East breaks down Mott, and they're going to whistle Ademusayo for the foul here. Tierra East heads to the line for the first time tonight, looking for her first points of the night. And she gets 1. Northwestern trying to get Burton some rest around the media timeout. That worked. 2.5 minutes on the bench for her. And she might just play the whole rest of the game as East goes 2 for 2 at the stripe. Last game for Northwestern against Milwaukee. Veronica Burton played 37 minutes. In the 2.5 minutes that she sat on the bench, Northwestern was a -5. Today they've done a much better job of holding steady. They still have a 1 point lead here. Long swing to Rainey. And whistle on the inside. Ademusayo called for 3 seconds in the lane. Another first-year mistake right there from the big center. She's got 2 turnovers now. Temple looking to take the lead. Clinton around a screen at the top, steps back, finds the pass inside. Wood going to work on Ademusayo, got free, missed it. Blocked viciously, a foul called on the second effort. Wood with a chance to give her team the lead. Northwestern now has 3 bigs with 2 fouls, Ademusayo, Walsh, and Shaw, as Wood misses the first. And that is the situation Northwestern does not want to be in. We haven't seen Anna Morris yet. The other 4 have all had time in the early going here. Wood trying to tie it. As Mia Davis, who has 2 fouls herself, has been on the bench for a while. Wood cannot hit. Free throw struggles on both ends in the early going. Burton with Shaw on the pick and roll. Rainey corner 3. She had a couple of them last game. No such luck today. As Burton cut off nicely by Mayo that time. She backs it out with 12 on the shot clock. Into the horn set for Northwestern. Shaw on the post up. Working to her right, blocked by Wood. Hartman there on the rebound initially. Clinton picked initially by Burton, but she ends up getting it ahead to Mayo.
What a sequence we just saw. Lots of touches on the ball.
Everybody's getting their hands on it. And Kyra Wood really looking the part. The freshman playing some big minutes here on both ends. They're trying to enter it to her there. Instead, she'll set the screen for Mayo. Long two. And that one won't go. Nice block out by Shaw as Mott got the board. One-on-one in transition goes Burton, and she can't hit the floater. Foul called on Shaw. No, it's going to be out of bounds. Off of Shaw. No, they do call the foul. Gesture, which does happen from time to time. And it did look as though Shaw had gone through the backside to try to get that rebound. I think it was a good call. Another free throw miss as Clinton, who had the block out, trying to make him pay at the line and can't do it. Mott earns the board. Temple's missed 4 free throws in a row here, all with a chance to tie. Hartman trying to create. Game's leading scorer is being hounded by Temple on the outside. Burton drives left, cut off and trapped. Rainey towards the middle of the floor, kicks to Burton. With 5 on the shot clock, Burton hedged hard on. She's got to make it happen with 2. Floats it up with 1, won't go. Mott tips it out for Morris. Frantic defense by Temple. They are all over Northwestern right now, but they couldn't get the board. Mott wants it on the inside. Hartman can't get it to her. Morris flashing to the middle, and she walked with it.
They feed off of, like we just saw Anna Morris traveling, just a mistake like that. You have to stay strong. You have to work the ball. You have to stick to your offensive capabilities because that's what they thrive off of.
Temple, a team allowing just 60.1 points per game. They've been a great defense in the early going this year, even when their offense has struggled. East free on the block, blocked by Mott. Wood on the offensive glass. Now Morris with the rejection. And Northwestern showing they have some defensive intensity too. And now a silly, silly foul. That's going to send the Big Ten's best free throw shooter to the line for free here with the foul. And Burton makes the first. She has put together a great season overall, obviously, but from the free throw line in general, she moves to 69 and 75 there. And now makes her 70th free throw of the season, has put together a season that, were it to hold up, would be the best free throw shooting season in Northwestern history by a considerable margin. The Wildcats lead is back out to 3. The full court press was extended. East did a good job to break it. Free underneath for Wood. Hartman trying to help, and she gets whistled for the foul as Wood couldn't finish. And a really patchwork lineup on the floor now for Northwestern as Wood finally hits one. Daly's going to come back into the game for the Cats. Going to try to, at least. But right now it's Burton, Rainey, Brown, Mott, and Morris. This group of 5, as Wood goes 1 for 2, has not played a minute together before this spurt this season. Rainey running the point here. Yeah, sorry, Daly.
This is where that practice chemistry comes in, you know, different lineups, getting a different look. You never know what's going to happen in the game, and
there, Rainey steps out of bounds. So this is a bit of a more familiar sight, at least in the backcourt for Northwestern, with Daly, Brown, and Burton. 2 first years, 2 sophomores, and the senior for Northwestern. Temple still giving Mia Davis a rest. She's been out ever since she picked up that second foul early in this second quarter. Burton tips the entry pass, and it's another steal for the backcourt burglar.
That's where that Northwestern defense is out there. When that front line gets those touches, it gives more time for the back line with Mott to get that extra rotation.
Staggered screen for Burton. She finds Mott on the inside. And pretty much exactly like you were saying, Bailey, it works out as Burton drives hard, draws the defense, gives it to a wide open Mott. 5 assists in the first half for Burton to go along with 6 rebounds and 4 points, and another giveaway. Mott with a steal. Burton going to try to run here with 4 seconds. With 2 on the clock, Burton got to fight it up. Going inside, can't finish on the reverse. With the exception of the game in which Sydney Wood got injured. This game, like the Milwaukee game, has seen a shift. 2 bench players on the court to start the second half, and it is, in fact, Paige Mott and Leah Hartman. Very interesting. Temple, as most teams do, goes back to their starting lineup. So last game, this worked really well for Northwestern, who came out like a house of fire, at least comparatively, in the second half scoring-wise. Defense has been good. Davis taking it hard on Walsh, though. Can't finish. Good job by Walsh to avoid that 3rd foul. You could tell Davis was trying to get her to commit it. And now Hartman brings it up against Mayo. Daly with space, stop and pop, hits it. 2nd bucket of the game for Melanie Daly. The Wildcats got to be hoping she can get going. And she picks up at half court. We saw Gordine sit for a lot of that 2nd quarter. We had worried that she was maybe injured or dealing with some sort of separate issue as she was away from the bench for a little while. She gives to Clinton, who hits another triple. 2nd 3 for Jasha Clinton. And Temple's within 3. Gordine seems okay. She's getting assists. And Clinton now, who has really struggled from beyond the arc this season, has 2 threes in this one.
We can see Clinton's ability. She had 24 points.
There's the answer from Daly. Yeah, Clinton coming off her best performance of the year.
Only 6 right now. So we can definitely predict her to get more involved in the second half in terms of scoring.
She can get going. That would make a big difference for Temple offensively. Right now, Davis leading the way with 7 points. This time she kicks. Perea. Good recovery by Northwestern's defense that time. Clinton, and contested 3 from Gordine goes down. That was from way out there. And now Temple, who is shooting 24% from 3 coming into this game, has a great pass from Hartman to Mott in the finish. But to continue the thought there, Temple 4 for 5 from 3 for a team that came into this one shooting 24% out there. That is a shocker. Davis passed the double. More great defense by Walsh. And now Burton has a 3-on-2. Great find for Hartman, and she misses the layup. Walsh underneath. Left-handed hook goes. And that's the first made field goal for Kaylee Walsh, who had to sit for a long time with 2 fouls in the first half.
I was talking to you, Noah, about how getting in foul trouble early can kind of throw off your game. You're a lot more timid, and you have to sit for a majority of the time. But we see Kaylee Walsh able to add in her defensive capabilities, but also get a quick bucket on the other end.
Wildcats hoping to run, and Daly walked. Just taking steps there. And now 2 quick subs here for Temple. Perea. Burton putting the pressure on Clinton. 5 seconds into the shot clock. Clinton did a great job to get around Burton and get across the timeline. Tierra East driving hard, and a wild shot won't go. Mott with another board underneath, and Burton always trying to run. She's got another odd number opportunity. Finds Walsh, and she finishes. 7 assists for Veronica Burton, and Temple needs a timeout. The Wildcats are getting their transition game going. And
a boost of energy
right
out
that.
The gate.
Mott picks off the inbounds pass. And Northwestern press doing its work. Temple has now turned it over 12 times. Walsh face-up 3 won't go. Mott battling for the offensive board, but it comes off of her. 3 steals go along with a season-high 8 rebounds, 8 points, along with 2 blocks. She's been fantastic. And here she picks up at half court, but is beaten by Clinton. Pass ahead to Wood for a layup. Great job by Jasha Clinton. 6th assist of the game for her.
Jasha Clinton not letting that Northwestern pressure get to her. She's able to dribble through, which is pretty hard to do. Usually you want to pass through the press to break it, but she's so quick and she's so athletic. And she's explosive enough to get down there and look for her teammate.
Davis joining Wood. Pair of frontline players that really play more as centers in the game for Temple. As Burton probes, backs it out with 3 on the shot clock. Great find for Walsh underneath, and she misses the bunny. Gets her own rebound and is tied up. Quite what they want them to be at. As Daly with a tough catch. Now Burton will set it from the corner. Back to Daly. Walsh trying to get free on the block. She's been in there for a long time, and Mott's pass sailed anyways. Clinton, another nice pass underneath, and Wood walked. There's some of that inexperience. The freshman Wood has been having a good game overall. That time, her feet got a little bit ahead of her brain. Wildcats running one of their motion sets here. Mott. Walsh free. Didn't want the three. Burton on the pick from Walsh. And her step back three is not close. Hartman with the offensive board. Whips the pass for Daly, who missed from the free throw line. And now the Wildcats have gone cold again. Getting the looks they want. They're just not going down. Wood walked again. 2 times in a row. And that time you could see she just picked up that right foot to drive before she had put the ball down on the ground. A little bit too eager.
Seems like the Northwestern offense has gotten a little cold since that timeout from Temple.
Yeah, good timeout, certainly. By a veteran. Coach Cardoza, she knows what she's doing with those timeouts. And here a whistle underneath. And they're going to call Paige Mott for an offensive foul. This has been an all too familiar sight for Mott. And Northwestern's offense is suddenly stagnated. We're going to take a break here in the middle of the third quarter. Also turn it over on Temple's last 2 possessions. And here a pass deflected. And they say off Northwestern. Shaw returns for Paige Mott, who has put together a great shift today. Shaw working on 3 fouls, something to watch. Clinton gets it across and sets it up. Struggled to score tonight as Jasha Clinton as she drives hard on Walsh, and another nice dish. Wood fouled on the interior. That's what Jasha Clinton has done. The shot has not been falling, so she's gone on the pass. 6 assists already, and she's not going to get credit with an assist on this one. But she did a great job again. They're going to get the foul on Daly, reaching in on the backside. So no foul on Shaw for Northwestern, but it is the second on Daly. Wood misses another free throw. She's 1 for 5 at the charity stripe. Satterwhite ready to come in, probably for Daly. As Wood makes it 1 for 6. And Temple now down at 6 of 15 from the line. They have left a lot of points at the charity stripe. Burton around a screen from Shaw. Crosses over. Clinton stayed with her all the way. She has played some great on-ball defense today on Veronica Burton. Brown face up 3 is not close. And Wood clears the board. Gordine calls it out at the top. Davis with space on the elbow. Drives on Walsh. Can't get it to go. Can't get her own rebound to go. And scores on the 3rd try. And they're going to get Jillian Brown on the foul.
1,000 career rebounds and counting.
And with the free throw, she's in fact now up to 2,007 points. Numbers building. And at some point, Northwestern's just going to have to block her out. We did not see any block out of any kind on that possession. And she's now up to 7 total rebounds. Burton working on that pick with Shaw. She has not been able to get any space off that today. Cross-court pass for Satterwhite, and she's free underneath and misses again. And a late foul called on Gordine. Satterwhite will get her first trip to the line tonight. Graduate student cans the first. Lauren Satterwhite, Arizona native. Has had a tough road in her Wildcat career. Battled a variety of leg injuries, has missed parts of plenty of seasons, but has found herself a contributor here. She closes out her career in white and purple. She goes 2 for 2 there. Clinton blocked by Shaw, and Satterwhite gets the board. Now Courtney Shaw showing off the athleticism right there. Northwestern now up to 6 blocks on the game. Big Ten's leading team in terms of blocks per contest.
They're actually 10th in the NCAA in blocks per game at 6.4. Lots of those blocks coming from Burton, Walsh, and Shaw.
Clinton up ahead. Mayo all the way back out up top for Davis after the turnover for Northwestern. Hartman had thought she was fouled, and now the Wildcats getting a bit cross-matched here. Burton's on the wing. Bit of a rare position for her, and Northwestern fumbles their responsibilities a bit. Free layup in the end for Wood, and it's a 3-point game again. Temple just hanging around. Burton takes advantage of the miscommunication and scores. Numbers building for Veronica Burton. Just 2 for 9 from the field. She's up to 6 points now to go along with 6 boards and 7 assists. Davis pushes off of Burton, who takes the charge. For Davis, as she tried to wall off Burton, that is Mia Davis's 4th turnover of the contest and her 3rd foul. Hard take from Satterwhite. Finnett missed it. Shaw's follow won't go. Burton tapping at the rebound, but cleared in the end by East. And the Wildcats continue to struggle underneath. Coast to coast goes Gordine, and Walsh got a piece of that. Another block and then a giveaway. Satterwhite pulled away from the pass. Miscommunication as Northwestern try to get out on a break. Now Temple settles it down. Wow, great pass. All the way from Gordine.
No look.
Yeah,
wow.
no look. And Mayo is free underneath. That is beautiful from the freshman Anaya Gordine.
Seemed like Temple was trying to set up a set there. Cordoza wanted them to, but great pass.
Burton fouled. They're going to wave off the shot attempts. Chance to close out the 3rd quarter here as Walsh catches it and is fouled by Perea. Hard shot on the ground by Walsh at the end there. And you see Perea here a little bit overzealous with the arm contact, and then Walsh sort of tripped over her foot on the way down. She's okay, it looks like. And Kyra Wood sits for approximately 6 seconds before re-entering for Perea, who just picked up her 3rd foul. So foul trouble all over the map for both of these teams now, as Walsh goes to the line for the 2nd time. And she misses the first. Northwestern has been better at the line than Temple by a long shot. 8 of 13 compared to 7 of 16, but they still left a couple points out there. Walsh came into this game 61% from the charity stripe. She goes 1 for 2 again here, up to 6 points on the game. Coming off 3 consecutive double-digit scoring performances. That pass gets over Hartman. And here's Holmes, free, around and out.
That was her scouting report, is that mid-range jumper. And usually those shots go in.
And here they're going to get a reach in on Jasha Clinton. So suddenly Burton has baited Clinton into 2 quick fouls. She's up to 3, and Burton's going to go to the line in the bonus. You can see Clinton just reaching across the body there. I think she got mostly ball, but when that arm comes in across the midsection, Western is always going to call that, as you well know, Bailey.
Veronica Burton tied for 1st in the Big Ten with her free throw percentage with Caitlin Clark.
See, not anymore.
Yes.
Because she's 3 for 3 tonight. I think people are worried that every time we talk about this, we're going to jinx it. And we did, as Burton goes 1 for 2. Hartman nearly saved the rebound. Just the 7th miss of the season at the stripe for Veronica Burton.
That's the thing about Veronica Burton, is she's averaging 18 a game, but when she doesn't get to those high point, like she doesn't have those high points during a game, she's able to contribute in different ways with her rebounding capability, with her assists.
Late rotation from Hartman, and Holmes drains the floater over her. And there is Jalen Holmes showing up with a big shot late here in this 3rd for Temple. Still a 3-point lead for the Cats. Trying to run this staggered screen set, and now Burton tells Walsh, back it up a little bit. Kicks for Satterwhite, and she's around and out on the 3. Shaw battling hard, and she's fouled underneath after corralling the rebound. It'll be 2 shots for Courtney Shaw.
Courtney Shaw, just a very rebound-first mentality. She's tied for 29th in the NCAA for her double-doubles, but 6th in the NCAA with her O boards at 4.7.
And she goes 0 for 2 at the line. 1 for 4 tonight for Shaw, who had come in shooting 57% from the free throw line, which would be a career high by 15 points should it hold up. So far today, it is not. 6-second difference between shot and game clock here as Mott waits to come in. Holmes cutting in is Perea, Around and out, in and out, I should say, and Walsh clears the rebound this time. 6 seconds for Satterwhite to make something happen. Gets a screen from Walsh, gotta fight it up. Satterwhite gets all the way in and scores. Lauren Satterwhite's first field goal comes as time expires in the third quarter. Perea didn't think she had as much time as she did, and the Wildcats, after a back and forth third period, Jasha Clinton has had an up and down day for Temple, coming off a 24-point performance her last time out. And she gives to Davis here, who cans the elbow jumper. Mia Davis up to 12 points to lead all scorers, and Temple has cut it back to a one-possession game.
Take a look at the Northwestern lineup. We see Satterwhite, Hartman, Rainey, Mott, and Shaw.
Not an offense-heavy lineup, and Rainey can't finish, but Shaw is fouled on the offensive board as she limps away from the... Shaw misses again. She has missed 4 consecutive free throws after making 8 of her previous 10. And the center goes 1 for 2. Back to a 2-possession game as Veronica Burton remains on the bench. This is longer than I expected her to sit, which, you know, I know it's kind of crazy to say given that she's only sat for like 4 minutes the whole game. Hartman nearly picked that pass off. Just didn't get there in time, and Temple able to settle things down. And here comes Burton to the scorer's table. Clinton working on Satterwhite. Passes her off to Rainey. Right past her. Shaw active hands in the passing lane and forces the turnover. Jasha Clinton's been throwing that pass all day. Shaw read it, and now Rainey coast to coast, and a big-time finish from the junior.
Saw Kayla Rainey get really active in that game against Milwaukee. She was a part of the reason even Coach Joe McEwen credited her for her play down the stretch.
Davis open in the corner. Can't hit the 3. Wood battling hard on the glass, and she's fouled by Hartman going back up. Highs for Wood. Now getting closer and closer to a double-double. And, of course, all career highs for the freshman, I should say. Can Northwestern manufacture a bucket to come right back? Burton around the screen, gets the switch onto Davis. Mott looking for Shaw, who has the mismatch inside, and she finishes. That's what Northwestern's been looking for with Courtney Shaw, getting it against a smaller guard and going to work. 8 points to go with 9 rebounds now for Shaw.
Really like how Paige Mott and Courtney Shaw are looking for each other, especially in that pass down low. I think it's given them a really great look as we see Leah Hartman get another steal.
Burton with a deflection again. And this is going to be in all... No, they count the basket. I was worried. And Hartman now finishes the 3-point play. Largest lead of the night for Northwestern at 9. And the Cats run in transition again. Hartman now up to 11 points. First Northwestern player in double figures. Over the top. Wow, great catch by Wood over Shaw. And what a find from Gordine, who gave a little point to her head coach after the fact. I think she knows.
That is a risky pass over Courtney Shaw, but...
Yeah, but when it works,
right,
it works very well. High risk, high reward. 7-point lead for the Cats. Hartman now creating. And now Burton has set it up on the right wing. Swings it back to Mott. Rainey face-up 3, gets it! Kayla Rainey! It's late to really help Northwestern. Kayla Rainey and Leah Hartman have combined for 8 points in this fourth quarter, and they have led Northwestern to claim this 10-point lead, their largest of the night. Rainey and Hartman remain in the game, and they're going to call a kicked ball here on Kayla Rainey. So active on the defensive end. And this lineup with Mott, Rainey, Hartman, Burton, Shaw is one of Northwestern's oldest that they can make out of active players, with Sydney Wood still dealing with an injury. And she suffered 7 games ago now.
We were talking about Hartman and Rainey.
As that time Davis contested hard by Hartman and misses again. And now Burton in semi-transition. Rainey's open, thought about another 3, didn't take it. Clinton
Smart
aggressive
play
against Burton. Burton drives on her anyways, can't finish, gets her own miss, and then gets tied up. A lot of better defensive performances against Burton in particular this year, maybe any. And a foul now called as Rainey tried to get through the muck on the inside. Holmes comes in, picks up a foul without a second running off the clock. Coach Cardozo wanted a 5-second call on the Temple sideline. Burton with a tough catch. They're telling Clinton, don't foul, as Burton catches it. Can't afford another one. Shaw looking for Mott inside. Great defense by Wood. And now Burton backs it out with 5. Driving again. Runner again, won't go again. And the defense continues to be excellent from Clinton. And now she slows it down and backs it out. Temple needs a good possession here with 6 minutes to go, trailing by 10. Clinton gets the switch onto Rainey. And this time it's Rainey walling her up. Gordine's gonna back it off. She wants the one-on-one with Davis and Hartman. Wild pass, open 3 in the corner, and Clinton can't hit it. Davis on the offensive glass, and she gets the putback. Mia Davis trying to take over late. She's got 14 points and 8 boards. And Jillian Brown coming off the bench for Northwestern. Can the Wildcats get a good set going here? Hartman drives hard, lost it to hit off Temple. Lucky break for Leah Hartman. We probably needed to pass that ball. To finish this one in her first game back after missing 2 with that illness. Mott face up on Wood, kicks to Brown. Now she drives. Burton with 7, and it's another late shot clock situation where Veronica Burton has to create. 4 on the shot clock. Mott is open, long 2. Won't go. Rainey battling inside, but Wood gets the rebound.
Spacing has been a huge issue for this Northwestern offense. It seems like they get into those late shot clock situations. Burton has the ball in her hands. Go set her a screen, open it up, do an exchange on the other side to really give her some options. She has the capability to pass the ball. She has 8 assists in this game.
Foul called on Mott here on the rebound, on the clear out. And Gordine gets it into Davis as Daly comes to the table.
Wow.
Great pass from Clinton, finding Gordine underneath, and Temple's back within 6. How about 7 assists for Jasha Clinton? Make it 8, actually. Can Burton get something going against Clinton? This has been the matchup all night long. Clinton drops under that screen again. Walsh looking for Shaw. Instead, cross court, Brown corner 3, won't go. And Wood clears another board. She has a double-double now, Kyra Wood, with 11 and 10, first of her career. Gordine in the corner. And she's taken her pocket picked. The backcourt burglar at it again, and Burton gets the and one on the other end. Veronica Burton is so far, and she finishes a 3-point play. 10 points for Burton despite 3 of 12 shooting to go along with 8 assists, 7 rebounds, and 3 steals. No turnovers, no fouls. That's what Veronica Burton can do for you in 32 minutes. Clinton has done everything offensively for Temple in this second half. Been creating all over the floor. Now it's Holmes directing traffic. The Norfolk State transfer finds Davis. Clinton's free in the corner. Good closeout by Walsh, and she missed it. Burton clears the board, and she's running again. Got Daly and Shaw up ahead. Finds Shaw, and she finishes. And all of a sudden, Veronica Burton is closing in on a triple-double, and Temple wants a timeout. Trying to get the crowd pumped up as Temple tries to absorb the Veronica Burton surge that just occurred.
It seems like Veronica Burton, because of her veteran status on this team and her leadership ability as a captain, she's always the one at the late end of the games that is really able to uplift this Northwestern team.
So Walsh picks up her 3rd. Wood battling in there for another board. Mayo hit a 3 early, hits a 3 late. Temple needed it bad, and it's an 8-point game again. Burton calls out a play. Horn set, nothing doing. Brown steps out, thought about a 3, good closeout by Mayo, and Brown's runner is blocked by Wood, it looked like. Great defense from Temple. Can Clinton manufacture another good look here for the Owls? 2.5 to go, they need one. Davis. High-low pass for Wood, blocked by Burton. Against the 6'3 center, the 5'9 guard rises up. Wood gets it back. Davis on the outside. She's going to have to make it happen. Over Walsh, gets it. What a tough shot from Mia Davis. And that's how you get to 2,000 points right there. She's got 16 to lead all scorers. 6-point game, Temple's still in it. Burton driving all the way. Pass Davis, can't finish. She wanted that one. Clinton in transition, has Holmes ahead. Pass was deflected, and it comes out to Burton for another steal. 2-on-2 now. Burton kicks, Daly, step back, 2 is good. And Northwestern has it out to an 8-point advantage again. Tough sequence. What a job by Jillian Brown to get a hand on that pass initially, forcing Holmes to have to save it. And now Temple is in desperate times. Clinton, Holmes drives in, easy 10-footer, won't go. And Brown clears the rebound. Northwestern's running again, but Burton's gonna back it out smartly. Veteran savvy from the senior.
You have to see if Temple's gonna foul here. Try to slow down the game a little bit.
If you were gonna foul, you'd think you would have already. And they're switching things defensively. Now they want to put pressure on Burton late in the shot clock, and she crosses over Mayo at the top. Sneaks inside and scores. Burton's up to 12 points to go along with 10 assists and 8 boards.
2 rebounds away from a triple-double.
And she nearly gets the steal there. Wood with a great catch and finish. 45 seconds to go. Temple trying to hang around. And they need a foul, you would think. There's not enough time for them to play this out. Chasing 8 points. You hear Cardozo screaming from the bench. Foul. And finally it happens. And Daly nails the first free throw. Huge for the first year. She's got 10 points now, 2 for 2 at the line. And now Gordine, and Temple is really going to need a miracle at this point. Shaw rushes up top, and now goes back to cover Daly. Nice pass for Holmes on the inside. She missed it, and Shaw got the rebound right over her own teammate. And now Burton gets the ball. Temple's not going to foul her, and that will just about do it here. Burton takes it into the front court, and that'll be a wrap. She comes up 2 rebounds shy, a reverse career triple-double, but Veronica Burton's fourth quarter heroics paved the way to another Northwestern win. The Wildcats fight off a tough Temple team and a big Temple effort to claim the 68-58 victory.